the accusation of a contradiction that I have received. I want to deal with the accusation of a contradiction. One from Caucasian Nation and the others from the Coonocracy. So, Caucasian Nation claims that I am a racist. They say that I have a racist double standard. Caucasian Nation claims that I say things that if they were said by white people would be considered racist. So why are they not considered racist when Dr. Umar says them? I'm going to deal with this right now. I've been accused by the Coonocracy of saying that black celebrities and leaders cannot go up on the wall of fame inside of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy if they have a non-African spouse. They say that I claim that no black man could go up on the wall of fame inside of the Most Honorable Frederick Douglass and the Most Honorable Marcus Garvey Academy if they are guilty of bunny hopping. They say that I claim that if a black man has been brown bunny hopping, red bunny hopping, yellow bunny hopping, white bunny hopping, they cannot go up on the wall of fame. They say that if they've been rice bunny hopping, salsa bunny hopping, snow bunny hopping, sand bunny hopping, they cannot go up on the wall of fame. And they are correct. So they say, how then can the Most Honorable Frederick Douglass go up on the wall? How then can you name a school after the Most Honorable Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey Jr.? How is it possible that Charles Barkley can't go up on the wall? Or Snow Bunny Shay Shay, or Richard Pryor, or Eddie Murphy, or Joel Embiid, all these bunny hopping black men? Why can't they go up on the wall if Frederick Douglass can go up on the wall? Let me answer the question. It's a ridiculous question. First of all, Frederick Douglass married that white woman as an old man. He was about a decade away from death. He was an old man by the time he married that white woman. It's not acceptable. The students of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy will know that Frederick Douglass's decision as an elder was unacceptable. But last time I checked, his wife of 50 years. Last time I checked, his blue, black, purple African queen of 50 years. Last time I checked, Queen Mother Anna Douglass, the blue, black, purple African goddess who helped him escape from slavery in Baltimore to freedom through Delaware, Philadelphia, New York. Last time I checked, he only had babies with the black woman. Last time I checked, he only had babies with the black woman. Last time I checked, when he escaped from slavery, he had a black wife. Last time I checked, when he wrote the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, one of the most influential slave narratives in American history, and the first slave narrative where the escaped slave named himself and named his master, he had a black wife. Oh yes, when he organized for the Civil War, he had a black wife. When he gave 2 of his sons to the Civil War, he had a black wife. When he fought for the 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, and the 15th Amendment, he had a black wife. When he was fighting against slavery, putting his life on the line, getting death threats every single day, when he was standing with John Brown and standing with Martin Delany and standing with the runaway slaves, he had a black wife. When he published the North Star newspaper exposing the hypocrisy of slavery, he had a black wife. So why is he going up on the wall? Are you comparing Frederick Douglass to Charles Barkley? Are you comparing Frederick Douglass to Snow Bunny Shay Shay? Are you comparing Frederick Douglass to Joel Embiid and Dave Chappelle? I beg your pardon. Have they done any of the work of the Honorable Frederick Douglass? Have they done any of the work? Has Richard Pryor, rest in peace, and Eddie Murphy done any of the work of the Most Honorable Frederick Douglass? I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Don't you ever break breath in your life to compare one of those bunny hoppers to the greatest black leader to ever walk on American soil. The only name that can go in front of Frederick Douglass. The only name that can go in front of Frederick Douglass in this country. The only name that can go in front of Frederick Douglass in this country is the great and honorable prophet Nat Turner. Oh yes. Frederick Douglass is second only to his elder, the great and honorable Nat Turner. Frederick Douglass was 13 years old when Nat Turner was slaying the oppressor. I said Frederick Douglass was only 13 years old when the honorable prophet Nat Turner. Nat Turner is the only name that can go before that of the honorable Frederick Douglass. So don't you dare question why the name of my academy. Don't you ever question why the name of our school is the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. Don't you ever question that. Me and Frederick Douglass come from the same forebears. We come from the same grandparents. Isaac and Betsy Bailey, who raised Frederick Douglass, who raised his cousin, my grandfather Stephen Bailey. Those are my 6 times great-grandparents. Oh yes, Isaac and Betsy Bailey, the mother and father of the great nation. Isaac and Betsy Bailey, the mother and father of the great nation. Frederick Douglass's grandparents, my 6 times great-grandparents. Frederick Douglass's grandparents, my 6 times great-grandparents. Don't you ever question the great and honorable Frederick Douglass. So now that we dealt with the contradiction accusation from the Coonocracy, now that we've dealt with the contradiction accusation from the Coonocracy, now that we dealt with the accusation contradiction from the Coonocracy, let's deal with the Caucasian nation accusation. Now let's deal with the Caucasian nation accusation. The Caucasians say that I am a racist. So here's what I want to say to the Caucasian nation. Do you understand what racism is? Racism is a group system. Not individuals cannot be racist. They can only be racist to the extent that they participate and are supported by the system of racism. Racism is a team sport. It is not an individual thing. Racism is a team sport. It is not an individual thing. Are you listening to me, Caucasian nation? Are you listening to me, Caucasian nation? Are you listening to me, Caucasian nation? Racism is a team sport. Black people are too disorganized to be racist. We can be prejudiced. We cannot be racist. Racism is prejudice plus power. I want all my Africans to hear me when I say this. Racism is prejudice plus power. I need all my Africans to hear me when I say this. Racism is prejudice plus power. Black people can be prejudiced, but we do not have the power that needs to go along with that prejudice in order to practice racism. You understand me? Caucasian nation, I can only be prejudiced. I cannot be racist. I do not have the power to systemically disadvantage your race. I don't control the economy. I don't control the school system. I don't control the military. I don't control the criminal justice system. None of the systems that white people need are controlled by black people. Therefore, we cannot be racist. All of the systems that black people need are controlled by white people. Thereby, you can be racist. See, the reason you call me racist, Caucasian nation, the reason you call me racist, hashtag Caucasian nation, the reason you call me racist, that's really your narcissism. That is your anger. And do you know why you're angry at me? Because one of the privileges of being racist, one of the white privileges that Caucasians exercise in this country, you have the privilege of never being held accountable by your victims. I want to say it again, because I need y'all to understand, overstand, and understand me right now. This is Political Science 101. This is Political Science 101. This is Political Science 101. White people, one of your white privileges, you have the privilege of never being held accountable by your victims. You have the privilege of never being held accountable by your victims. This is why police can kill us and go home. This is why police can kill us and be put on leave with pay and get their job back. I just read somewhere that the cop who killed Michael Brown just got hired, or was it the cop who killed Tamir Rice just got hired by another police district? That's white privilege. The ability to never be held accountable for your oppression of black people. And because I am the most unapologetic African man in this country, I'm gonna say it again, because I am the most unapologetically African black man in the United States, White people don't like me because I dare tell you the truth to your face without no filter. I'm not a racist. You just don't want me exposing your racism. I'm not a racist. You just don't want me exposing your racism. I'm not a racist. You just don't want me exposing your racism. And what Caucasians like to do, one of your favorite defense mechanisms, is to hold up a mirror to your victim to make us feel that we are what we accuse you of being. You like to hold up the mirror to us. And so when we make accusations about you, you like to reflect them back on us. You love to practice displacement. You love to practice displacement. You love to practice projection. You like to accuse us of what you are afraid of. You like to accuse us of what you are guilty of. So when I expose racism, you call me a racist. When I expose bigotry, you call me a bigot. When I expose discrimination, you call me a discriminator. I am not guilty of the crimes of Caucasian nation. I am not guilty of the crimes of Caucasian nation. I simply tell you the truth. And the truth is, if y'all love black people so much, if y'all love black people so much, why is the bedroom the only place y'all can show it? I'm going to say it again, Caucasian nation. I'm going to say it again, Caucasian nation. I'm going to say it again. If you love American Africans so much, why is the bedroom the only place you show your love for us? Why you don't show it in the banking industry? Why you don't show your love for black people in the criminal justice system? Why you don't show your love for black people in the school system? So let me get this right. You love us so much that you want to marry our women, but you want to miseducate our children? Help me understand. You love us so much that you want to marry our men, but you want to miseducate our boys. Caucasian nation, can you explain to me? Snow Bunny Mafia. Snow Bunny Mafia. Let me just ask you directly. I'm talking to the Snow Bunny Nation. Privileged white women. How is it that you can love black men so much, but miseducate our kids, special educate our kids, ADHD our kids, psychiatrically medicate our kids, suspend and expel our children? How is it that you can make love to a black man, have sex with a black man, get pregnant by a black man, give birth to the baby of a black man, but you walk into work every day calling our kids names, mistreating them, emotionally abusing them, special educating them, but you come home and you love up on a black man after you finish miseducating a black boy? I said you go home and love up on a black man after you finish miseducating a black boy. I said you go home and make love to a black man after you finish miseducating a black boy. Can we please call a contradiction what it is? Can we please call hypocrisy what it is? And black people so thirsty for white approval. Black people so thirsty for white validation. Black women, you're so thirsty, opening your legs every time a Neanderthal wants to squeeze between them. Black women, opening your legs whenever a Neanderthal wants to squeeze between them. Low self-esteem black woman. Low self-esteem. And I don't even want to talk about you low self-esteem black men. I don't even want to talk about you low self-esteem black men. Y'all so in love with white flesh that y'all can't even properly evaluate if the woman is attractive or not. I said the black man is so in love with Caucasian flesh that y'all can't even evaluate whether the woman is attractive or not. Y'all don't even care what she look like. Y'all see white skin and you are in. Y'all see white skin and y'all throw the towel in. Soon when a black man see white skin, he throw the surrender towel in. Oh yes, soon when he see her. Oh yes, Big Sally. Oh yes, Big Rebecca. Oh yes, Big Sarah Ann. Oh yes, soon when a black man see white flesh, he throw the towel in. Just give me one. The black man says, I don't care which one you give me, massa. Just give me one of your daughters, massa. Just give me one of your daughters, massa. I don't care if she divorced me in 10 years and take all my money. I don't care, massa. At least I was able to sleep next to a white woman. Lord have mercy. And y'all wonder why we can't do better. Y'all wonder why we can't do better. Y'all wonder why. Oh, can't you just love who you want to love? Sure, if you don't care about the future of African people. See, we really don't disagree over the Snow Bunny crisis. The issue is, do you care about yourself or do you care about the future of African people. If you only care about yourself, go ahead and bunny hop. Go ahead and bunny hop. But if you care about the future of African people, there's no way you can support bunny hopping. It's no way you can support bunny hopping. No rice, no ice, no sand, no salsa. No rice, no ice, no sand, no salsa. No rice, no ice, no sand, no salsa.
When I see your dark side, I got night vision. Going hard as Dr. Umar on white women. Oh, God.
Out here marrying racists. What self-respecting black man is going to marry a racist and you know they racist? Just because you feel so bad about being black. You feel so bad about being black that you can't wait to inject your child, the next generation of your DNA. You can't wait to inject the next generation of your DNA with some enemy DNA. You want your child to carry the DNA of his enemy. How sick are you? You want your child to carry the DNA of his enemy. How sick are you? You want your child to carry the DNA of the enemy. How sick are you? And my pretendians, this is all I'm going to say to my pretendians. If you don't want to be black, just get on back. We ain't got to argue about this. You don't come from Africa. I understand. So why don't you take an ancestry test and prove that you don't come from Africa? Why are we playing all these games? Why are we playing all these pretendian games, huh? Pretendian nation, if you don't come from Africa, take a DNA test and prove it. That's all. Anybody come up to you talking about they don't come from Africa, their ancestors, tell them to take a DNA test and prove it. We ain't got to do no theory. We don't need no philosophy. We don't need no reasoning. We have science. We don't need no theories. We don't need no philosophy. We don't need any reasoning. We have science. Roll up your sleeve. In fact, they don't even take blood. You could get a Q-tip and swab the saliva. You could take a saliva DNA test. How much is the African ancestry test, brothers and sisters? How much is the African ancestry test, brothers and sisters? How much is the African ancestry test, brothers and sisters? I want these pretendians to take an African ancestry test. If you don't come from Africa, take the DNA test and prove it, or shut your self-hating anti-African ass up. Take the DNA test or shut up. I'm talking to all pretendians. Take the DNA test or shut the hell up. I'm talking to all pretendians. Take the DNA test or shut your ass up. I don't want to hear from no pretendians who haven't taken the DNA test. Okay, pretendians? Let's go one step further, pretendians. Let's go one step further, pretendians. Let's go one step further, pretendians. Let's go one step. Can you please produce this overwhelming amount of literature from pretendian nation that proves y'all don't come from Africa? Here's what I mean. I'm talking to the pretendians right now. Here's what I mean. Native Americans have a large literature. They have libraries full of literature on their culture, spirituality, sociology, way of life. Native Americans left a record of their civilization. You can read and study Native American civilization. The American African, although it was illegal for us to learn, although it was illegal for us to learn how to read, we left a vast literature of our experience in America. You can read our own words from the 17th century. You can read our own words from the 18th century. You can read our own words from the 19th century. You can read our own words from the 20th century. We have a vast catalog of literature. So let me say this to the pretendians. Y'all were here before we got here. Which I agree with. which I agree with. What I disagree with is when you say you didn't come from Africa. So please produce the literature of the Pretendian nation. Show me the authentic literature of the Pretendian people where they say they did not come from Africa. Can I please see that? Can I please see this large repository of Pretendian literature that says they claimed they didn't come from Africa? Ain't nobody show me that yet. I ain't seen a piece of literature from a Pretendian yet. Original manuscript from ancient America where black people claim they didn't come from Africa. Where is the Pretendian literature? Where is the Pretendian literature? Where is the Pretendian literature? Pretend Indian, Pretendian. Pretend Indian, Pretendian. Pretend Indian, Pretendian. Where is the literature, the ancient literature of the Pretendian people? See, brothers and sisters, that's why we about to reorganize Team Pan-African. Who's standing with me? Do I got any real authentic Pan-African sisters on the feed right now? Do I have any real Pan-African sisters on the feed? Do I got some real Pan-African brothers on the feed? I need some diehard RBGs on my team. I need some diehard RBGs on my team. I need some diehard Marcus Garvey RBG Pan-Africanists on my team. Mixed race Africans, you welcome too, as long as you a full-time African. Mixed race Africans, you welcome too, as long as you a full-time African. Mixed race Africans, you are welcome to join the struggle as long as you are a full-time African. Now, let me stay with the Pretendians for a minute. You won't take a DNA test because that's going to bust your imaginary bubble. The Pretendians will not take a DNA test because that's going to bust your imaginary bubble. You don't have no ancient literature of Pretendian people claiming they don't come from Africa. You have no ancient literature. Now, let me go to my next point on the Pretendian army. Let me go to my next point on the Pretendian army. Let's see this. Let's see how this is going to go. Let me go to my calculator. Let me go to my calculator. I'm only going to keep y'all for a few minutes longer. Hit the Cash App. We got another school to build. Hit the Cash App. Okay, so here we go. You have 4 grandparents. Okay. You got 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, 32 great-great-great-grandparents, 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents. Pretendian Nation, can I ask you a question? Pretendian Nation, can I ask you a question? Pretendian Nation, you have 64 great-great-great-grandparents. You have 64 great-great-great-grandparents. You have 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents. Can you please provide me with a list of the names and birth dates and birthplaces of your 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents? You can't do that. You can't do that. You know why you can't do that, Pretendians? Because you don't even know your damn grandparents' names. Most of you can't go back more than 4 generations. Most of you can't go back more than 4 generations. Name me your 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents. Name me your 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents. You can't even name 8 of them. You can't even name 4 of them. Most of you can't even name 1 of them. And you want me to believe that none of them were from Africa, but you look just like an African. None of your 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents was African, but you look completely African. Somebody make it make sense. Can somebody make it make sense? None of your 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents was African, but you look exactly like an African. Can we please take the DNA test and shut this shit down today? Can we give can we raise some money so all Pretendians can take an African ancestry test? Can we please raise can we please raise the money So all pretendians can take an African DNA test so we can shut this shit down. But I got one more thing. I want to go one more. Yeah, I'm thinking about having 2 babies. I think I want 2 boys. The elders are telling me I need a son to carry on my legacy. The elders are telling me I need a son to carry on my legacy. I want 2 sons. One light skin, one dark skin. I don't want to be accused of being a light skin supremacist or a dark skin supremacist. I want 2 sons, one light skin, one dark skin. I don't want to be accused of being a light skin supremacist or a dark skin supremacist. I said I want 2 sons, one dark skin, one light skin. I don't want to be accused of being a dark skin supremacist or a light skin supremacist. Ladies, if you can guarantee me a masculine child. Ladies, if you can guarantee me a masculine child. I already have 2 girls. I said I need 2 sons. I already have 2 daughters. Where you been at the last 14 years? But anyway, family, I got one more piece for the Pretendian Nation. I got one more piece for the Pretendian Nation. I already have 2 daughters. I got one more piece for the Pretendian Nation. When are you going to build a community for the Pretendians? I don't see none of these Pretendians doing anything for the Pretendian community. Ashe? Has anybody seen any Pretendians trying to build a school? Has anybody seen any Pretendians trying to open up a bank? Has anybody seen any Pretendians trying to build a supermarket? Has anybody seen any of the Pretendians trying to open up a hospital? Have you seen the Pretendians trying to get some land from the government or buy some land? Has anybody seen any Pretendians doing anything except intellectually masturbating on YouTube? I'm going to ask you again. Have you seen any of these I'm not from Africa Negroes? Have you seen any of these I'm not from Africa Negroes building anything except YouTube pages? I don't see them doing nothing. All I do is see them on YouTube trying to convince proud African people that they're not from Africa. That's all I see. That's all I see. Where is the community for the Pretendian people? If somebody is a Pretendian, how can they educate their kids? Do y'all have a Pretendian curriculum yet? Is there a Pretendian curriculum for parents to educate their kids? Do y'all have a bank? Do y'all have any health care? Can y'all employ? I don't see no infrastructure for the Pretendian Nation. All I see is YouTube struggle streamers. All I see is Pretendian YouTubian struggle streamers. Brothers and sisters, listen. Brothers and sisters, listen. Brothers and sisters, listen. The school is almost done. I got an invitation to Puerto Rico. Where are my Puerto Rican Africans at? I finally got an invitation to Puerto Rico. Where are my Puerto Rican Africans? I'm pulling up hard. Take me to the Santeros. Let us offer some ashe to Ogun. Take me to the Santeros. Puerto Rico, I'm coming to Puerto Rico. Oh, yes. Puerto Rican Africans, I'm on my, oh, yes. King Kong Consciousness is coming to the PR. King Kong Consciousness, I want all the Puerto Rican food. Puerto Rican queens. Mommy. YouTubian struggle streamers. Brothers and sisters, we got to get serious. Brothers and sisters, we got to get serious. Brothers and sisters, we got to get serious. Listen to my sisters. I want my brothers to hear me and I want my sisters to hear me. I want my brothers to hear me and I want my sisters to hear me. YouTubian struggle streamers. You know what a struggle streamer is. You know what a YouTubian struggle streamer. 1,000 videos and you only got 30,000 followers. 1,000 videos and you only got 30,000 followers. You know what a damn struggle streamer is. 500 videos and you only got 100 followers. 500 videos and you only got you know what a damn YouTubian struggle streamer? They asses are struggling for views. And they can't keep my name out their mouth because whenever they mention my name, they get the most views. You too being struggle streamer. You too being struggle streamer. You too being struggle streamer. 1 million videos and only 12 views. YouTube need to shut down. If you got 100 videos and you only got 50,000 subs, shut their asses down. Somebody start the petition. Somebody start the petition. Somebody start the petition. Let's ask YouTube to shut down all the struggle streamers. Shut them down. They not doing nothing but hating on me, mad at me because you can only get 1,000 views a video. That ain't my damn fault. That ain't my damn fault. I'm not the reason you only get 1,000 views a video or 5,000 views a video. You done had your page for 2 and 3 years and you still ain't got 1,000 subscribers. Negro, you ain't got no electricity in your body. Your testosterone is too weak. You understand? Sisters don't need you and brothers don't want to be bothered with your weak ass. But listen to me. Let me talk to the fellas and talk to the ladies and I'm going to end this. North Philly in the building. North Philly in the building. Where are my North Philly queens at? Where my North Philly queens at? Where my West Philly queens at? Where my West Philly queens? Where my Mount Airy and Germantown queens at? Where my Southwest Philly queens at? Where my North Philly? Where my Germantown and Mount Airy? Where my Norristown queens at? Where my Darby and Yaden queens at? Where the natural hair Philly queens at? Where them natural haired extra 5 Philly queens at? But listen to me. Listen to me. 215-989-9858 podcast interviews. 215-989-9858. 215. I don't answer the phone. Text message me only. Listen up. There's 50 states in America. There's 50 states in America. There's 50 states in America. I'm going to divide America into 10 districts. 10 Team Pan-African districts. I need y'all to listen to me. This is serious now. We're talking about organization. I need 10 black women to serve as secretaries. 1 sister for each of 10 districts. Each district will have 5 states. I need very organized, very professional, very serious, very committed black women. I say it again. Black America will be split up into 10 districts. There will be 5 states in each district. I'm looking for 10 serious black women. 10 serious black women. You're going to be my contact person for your 5-state district. You're going to be my contact person for your 5-state district. I need 10 serious queens. No, sir, brother. If you knew your Garvey history, you would know that Garvey did this before any organization you name. You don't know your history. We not copying nobody. We are the Garveyites. We did this before any of those organizations was ever thought about, brother. You don't know your history. So I need 10 queens. 10 queens to preside over 10 districts. Each district will have 5 states. And then I need 10 kings to preside over the military. I need 10 kings to preside over the militia. There will be a queen secretary and there will be a chairman of the militia. Where my brothers at? Where my brothers at? I need 10 serious kings. I don't need no jealous Negroes around me. I don't need no power-thirsty Negroes around me. I don't need no narcissistic Negroes around me. And I don't need no coochie addicts. If you a coochie addict, I don't need you. Don't come trying to help Dr. Umar because you want access to revolutionary vagina. That's not what this is about. Stop trying to get close to Dr. Umar because you want access to revolutionary vagina. That is not what this is about. I need 10 serious black women. You're going to be my contacts in your district. 5 states per district. And then I need 10 serious black men. You're going to recruit and organize the Team Pan-African Militia, AGG, the African Guards of Garvey. Hashtag AGG, the African Guards of Garvey. Oh, yes. I need brothers with military experience. You must know weapons, guns, all of that, to protect our community in the event of martial law or any outside attack. 10 brothers, 10 sisters, y'all do not have to know each other. I prefer that you don't. Okay? Okay? African Guards of Garvey. Ladies can do militia too if you want. I don't want no brothers as secretary. Women organize better with the paperwork than men. I don't want no brothers with the paperwork. Women do a much better job with that. Brothers, if you're serious about the militia, you cannot currently be part of any other militia. You cannot currently be part of any other militia. You cannot currently be part of any other militia. It's time to organize. Canada, I'm going to split Canada up into 4s. Sisters, talk is cheap. Can I bring my white queen? That's a member of the Kunocracy. I'm going to block you for that, my brother, because you should know better than coming on our page. The Cash App, $ FDMG School. The PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Checks and money orders, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. Email, drumarjohnson@yahoo.com. Voicemail, 8444 Dr. Umar. That's 8444 DRUMAR. Text message only, 215-989-9858. Text message only, 215-989-9858. Text message only, 215-989-9858. Columbia, South Carolina, I will see you Wednesday. We have 6 days until Columbia, South Carolina. House of Hathor. All South Carolina Africans, you must report to the House of Hathor. It's time to organize. Organize or die. All South Carolina Africans, meet me in Columbia, Wednesday night, 7 p.m., House of Hathor. We got to talk. Miami Gardens, Miami, Florida, Miami Gardens. I'm going to see you guys next Saturday, the 27th, Miami Gardens. All Florida Africans report to Miami Gardens. All Florida Africans report to Miami Gardens. All Florida Africans report to Miami Gardens. Brendan Depper protest, August the 6th, 8 a.m. Brendan Depper protest, August the 6th, 8 a.m. Brendan Depper protest, August the 6th, 8 a.m. at the Bunnell County Courthouse, Kim C. Hammond Criminal Justice Center. I want y'all to come with me. Let's pack the courtroom 8 o'clock on August the 6th for our young brother, Brendan Depper. Let's pack the courtroom on August the 6th in Bunnell, Florida for the young brother, Brendan Depper. Where my London, England, UK Africans at? Where my United Kingdom Africans at? I'm pulling up August the 11th. Where my Brixton? Where my Wolverhampton? Where my Manchester? Where my Liverpool? Where my UK Africans at? Where my UK Africans at? I'm pulling up in London August 11th. I'm pulling up in London August 11th. Where my Central American Africans at? Where my Central American Africans at? I'm pulling up August 16th and 17th for the Marcus Garvey celebration. Costa Rica, Puerto Viejo, Spanish-speaking Africans, I'm in the building. Spanish-speaking Africans, I'm in the building. Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica, Garvey Town, I'm in the building on the 16th and 17th. Jamaica, I'm waiting to hear back from Irie FM. Jamaican Africans, I'm waiting to hear back from Irie FM to see if they want me on Garvey Day, Sunday the 18th. They're going to celebrate it in Jamaica on the 18th. We know that the most honorable Marcus Garvey's Earth Day is on the 17th, but Irie FM is going to celebrate it on Sunday the 18th. I'm waiting to hear back from Irie FM. They put out the invitation, but I can only come for the 1 day, or I can come next year for all 3 days. Jamaica, how do y'all want to do this? Where my Jamaican Africans at? Do y'all want me there this year on Sunday only, or do y'all want me there next year for 3 days? I'm talking to my Jamaican Africans. I'm talking to my Jamaican Africans. Do y'all want me for 1 day this year on Sunday the 18th, or do y'all want me next year for all 3 days? It's up to the Jamaican Africans. It's up to the Jamaican Africans. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Black queens forever, snow bunny never. Where my butterscotch queens at? Where my butter pecan queens at? Where my butter almond queens at? Where my sweet brown sugar queens? Where my warm peanut butter queens at? Where my cinnamon queens? Where my milk chocolate queens? Where my fudge queens? Oh yes, extra 5, super thick in the thighs. Extra 5, super thick in the thighs. Where my ladies with their own? Where my all natural queens at? Conscious singles convention, you must have natural hair or you're not coming in. Conscious singles convention, you must have natural hair or you're not coming in. Where my all natural queens at in the UK? Where my all natural queens at in Canada? Where are my natural queens at in the United States? Where my natural queens at on the continent of Africa? Where are my natural queens at in South America? Where are my natural queens at in Central America, in the Caribbean, and Asia, and Australia, and the South Pacific? 100% all natural. If I can't grab it, I can't have it. If I can't grab it, I can't have it.